So this is the carnival. As always, weird things can happen.
Did you see
Things...
my? Sorry.
Jesse. Wow.
I know.
Wow.
Well,
Jesse.
you didn't start recording it, right? Did someone?
I'm not recording at all.
Whoever didn't. Did they?
I don't know. I don't know if anyone's recording or not.
Joseph is.
asked if he
Okay.
Yeah. Why did you say that you don't want to be recorded or something?
No, I didn't say that. I don't know. Ignore me.
Okay, thanks. All right, so weird things can happen that you don't know why they happened. Whatever. It's a carnival for some reason. That's how I've themed these games. If you have a night roll, you're not required to wake up because there could be bad things happen if you wake up and do your action. So you may not want to wake up, it's your choice. So we'll start at the village team. Village team wins by eliminating all werewolf and 0 living carnival members in the village. So there could be carnival members in the game still, but if they're sent to the carnival, then the village can still win. There is an unknown number of the following, which is plain villagers. And then each of the following will be in the game. There's the ambusher, which the ambusher can wake up. They don't have to wake up and choose to set an ambush around themselves at night. Any individual roles who write down the ambusher's name will die. So if the bodyguard protects the ambusher, but the ambusher has set there, or if the showman tries to send him to the carnival, the showman would die. If the werewolves attack the ambusher, then a random werewolf will die instead. But once you have successfully killed someone, you can no longer use that ability. So it's up to you how often you want to use it, but once you successfully kill someone, you'll no longer be able to use it. Friendly neighbor will pick a player at night to give a glass of lemonade. Basically, I will message that person and say, hey, Wami, the friendly neighbor, gave you lemonade. So it's just a way for you to let other players know that you're on the village team. Could be good, could be bad. Huntress, once per game, wakes up and shows me a name. That player will die, most likely. Obviously, some things could happen, but that's a once per game ability. Even if you show a name and somehow that person doesn't die, like they're protected or whatever, it's still a one-time ability. So if you don't kill the person, you lose the ability. The lifeguard at any point, and so this is key, if you're voted out or if I say that you're killed at night, don't immediately turn your camera off, because I will say, like, for instance, night 1, let's say Joseph and Davey die, and I'll say, lifeguard, would you like to resuscitate either of them? The lifeguard can publicly say, I'm the lifeguard, I choose to resuscitate Davey. Davey doesn't die, the lifeguard is outed, and that's a once per game. They can also do it after a vote. So let's say you vote out Chris on day 1, Chris R, you vote out on day 1, as you should. I mean, I didn't say that, did I? If you vote out Chris R, don't immediately turn off your camera, because I'll say that's enough votes to kill Chris. If the lifeguard is in the game and would like to resuscitate Chris, so they could come out and save Chris from dying as well. Once per game ability. Once you've done it, you can't do it again. The ratcheted insomniac will wake up each night. On night 0, you will pick either left or right, ascending or descending, and then each night you will get a thumbs up if the person next to you woke up the next person in line. So let's say if Wami is the insomniac and he chooses right, on night 0, he would learn if Joseph woke up or didn't wake up. Then he would learn if Davey woke up or not. Then Jeff, then Kathy, then Eddie. Obviously, if someone dies, they'll be taken out. Lifeguard cannot resuscitate.
All right, can you just sorry to interrupt. So you say even if Joseph doesn't die, he will learn the next person that is right?
You will still learn the next person, yes. Then there will be a bodyguard, there will be a seer. The bodyguard will either be an avenging bodyguard, which means if they protect successfully, they can choose another player to kill instead. A fearful bodyguard, if they protect successfully, then the following night they cannot use their ability. And then the zombie bodyguard, which is once they protect one person each night, but once they are killed, they can protect 2 people at night. So even though you're out of the game, I'll wake you up, turn your camera back on, show me the names of the people you want to protect. The overpowered seer they'll check someone. If they get a thumbs up for a werewolf, they get to check an additional player. So if they get a thumbs up, they check an additional player, get another thumbs up, they check another player. So overpowered seer might find 5 werewolves on night 0 if they're really lucky. But of course, there's lichens and things like that. And then there's potentially the reactive seer, who can only check a player if a village team member is killed by the village. If the village is killing werewolves in Carnival, they don't need the seer. They're doing good enough. So they'll only act if the village votes to kill a member of the village. So that's the village team. For the wolves, there will be playing werewolves. Oh, and the winning condition is they have to have 0 living carnival members in the village and reach parity with village members in the village. So if all the carnival is out at the carnival and they have parity, then they win. Werewolves, plain werewolves, they wake up at night, choose someone to kill. And then of the following, there's at least 2 of these. There could be more. Cupid Wolf on night 0 will select 2 players to be linked. When one of those players dies, the other will die as well. So if I'm the Cupid Wolf and I pick Gwami and Eddie dies, Gwami would also die. Kamikaze Wolf, if the Kamikaze Wolf is checked by the seer, then the Kamikaze Wolf and the seer will both die. Sacrificial Wolf, if another werewolf is attacked at night, if there's like a village, like the Huntress or the Avenging Bodyguard or one of the carnival roles attacks a werewolf, then you would die in their place. Or if the ambusher, okay, you're fine, girl. If the ambusher hits, then the sacrificial wolf would be the first one to die if they're in the game. Starving Wolf is if the village chooses not to kill someone during the day, the werewolves get an additional kill while the Starving Wolf is alive. There could be a Weakling Wolf, which wakes up separately from the other wolves. They do not know the other wolves. The other wolves do not know the Weakling Wolf. They can show a name, but they can only kill plain villagers. So if they pick anybody other than a plain villager, they will not kill. Also, the regular werewolves can kill the Weakling Wolf because there's a weak. Wolfman will appear as a villager to any sea actions. The wolf in sheep's clothing. You do not wake up with the werewolves until you decide you want to wake up with the werewolves. As long as you are not waking up, you will appear as a villager to the seer. You would get a thumbs down for the insomniac. But once you start waking up, then the seer will see you as a werewolf and everything. Also, you cannot be killed by the wolves at night. So that could be a good thing. And then one of the active wolves, the beta wolf, I'll wake you up, and instead of killing the wolf target, you can turn them into a wolf instead. The carnival wolf, if you are sent to the carnival, then you can choose to kill one of the players who is also in the carnival that day with you. There could be a shape-shifting minion who does not wake up with the werewolves, but they wake up separately and they get to do all sorts of weird things, but they could also die. Shape-shifting too much is dangerous and they could die. And a stalker wolf, which will choose a player's name, and then if that player has a night action and targets a player, I will tell them who that person is targeted. So if they show Gwami's name and Gwami is the seer, I would show them whoever Gwami checked that night. Or if it's the showman, I might show them 5 names if that's what the showman did. So you could get some information from that. Finally, the carnival team. 26 messages. You win by having 0 living werewolves and reach parity with living village members in the village. Carnival team does not know who each other are. I will give you like secret words and phrases you can use to help identify each other, so you'll know. In this game, there will be a showman. You'll wake up, I'll roll a d6, and that many players you send out of the village. If you are out of the village, then obviously you just turn off your camera. You can still watch what's going on. You can't obviously be involved in the conversation. And then all of the other carnival members will start as grifters. If you are a grifter, you will gain an additional carnival ability if you are sent to the carnival, if you survive a nomination, or if a player you nominate is killed by the village. And you can stack, so you could become like a Parker, Daredevil, Hypnotist, Knife Thrower if you get. So you could become very powerful, but you start with nothing. So it's up to you to gain your abilities, I guess. And then there's a bunch of abilities and attributes and items that could be in the game. There will definitely be assistance when you are killed. Every night, I will wake up all of the assistants. That means that if you want to be involved, you can turn your camera on real quick. I will give you 2 items on index cards. You'll vote for one or the other, and then that will take effect. It could be all sorts of things, I'll just say. But anyone who's died can be involved in that assistance. So I will have everyone please go to sleep. And we will get this nonsense started. Wish me luck. Wish me luck. All right. Everyone should be asleep, so that just means eyes closed, cover your face, whatever you want to do. Don't be peeking. Can I start with my showman? Showman. Here is your die roll. You can send that many people to the carnival. Thank you. Can my friendly neighbor please wake up? Friendly neighbor, who would you like to send a glass of lemonade on this hot summer day to? Thank you. And I will say now, everyone make sure when you wake up in the morning to check your messages, because you may have a message from the friendly neighbor or other messages from the game, but be sure to check your messages each day. All right, thank you, friendly neighbor. Can my seer please wake up? Seer, if you get a check tonight, please let me know who you would like to check. Thumbs up. Well, if you get thumbs up and thumbs down, of course, thumbs up means werewolf, thumbs down means not a werewolf. Keep in mind things like Wolfman Lycan, potentially. Thank you. This is not the wolf in sheep's clothing. This is not the weakling wolf, if either of you are in the game. And this is not the minion, if you are in the game. But all other werewolves, please wake up. All other werewolves, you should see this many. Thank you. If my Cupid Wolf is in the game, Cupid Wolf, please wake up and give me the 2 players you would like to link. Thank you. Oops. And what just happened there? There we go. All right. If my active wolf will please wake up. Active wolf, if you have an ability and can use it tonight, please do so. Thank you. And finally, can my ratcheted insomniac please wake up? First, let me know, would you like to go higher numbers or lower numbers? And then I will tell you your first neighbor. Keep in mind, I don't wake up all rolls tonight, and all right. Thumbs up means they woke up tonight. Thumbs down means they did not wake up tonight. All right. With that, everyone can wake up. Stay muted for a second because some of you, it looks like, are going to the carnival. And I see Brandon, you're going to the carnival today, so you can turn off your camera. And it looks like Lucas, you are going to the carnival today, so you can turn off your camera. Jerry, you are going to the carnival today. And with that, your day begins. Today, I will give you, since it's a big day and there's a lot of you, I will give you 10 minutes today to talk. Chances are you won't have 10 minutes every day, but today you will.
What are the ways you get to the carnival? Is that
if you have a carnival ticket, you can say, I'd like to use my carnival ticket, and I will send you to it. You would do that right now. If you have a carnival ticket and you want to be sent out, you would do that right now.
And then there's a roll that sends a bunch of
And then
people.
there's also the showman, and there could be other ways.
what is the disadvantages of going to the
Well,
carnival?
it can be a win condition for the carnival team, can't it?
Yeah, it can help the carnival win. It's also, if a grifter gets sent to the carnival, they get an ability. So
So the carnival people are not into the carnival.
They're not dead. They'll come
Right.
back at the end of the night, kind of like the old
it's
hag
just like
or
an
whatever.
old hag, basically
Okay.
sending someone out of the village. It's just thematically they go to the carnival.
All right, I'm gonna mark the beginning of the day by opening my prickly pear hard seltzer.
So
Did you-
theoretically, if the carnival team sent out all the werewolves, that counts for their parody, right? Just to make sure I understand. That's what they're like. If they like,
No.
the parody counts as. Oh no.
I think they need to have the parody with everybody, not just werewolves, right, Adam?
Yeah.
The carnival, let me make sure I have this.
So if there were an equal
Yes.
amount of carnival people in the room right now as everyone else, the carnival
Yes.
would win. So
if
we
they
know.
if the carnival has parity with villagers and there are no werewolves in the village right
okay.
now, then the carnival team would win.
And that
That's-
means like going to the carnival isn't in the village right now. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
So people on camera right now. So like
Got it,
right
okay.
now, if there were no werewolves on camera and there was an equal number of carnival and village, the carnival would win. And the
Got it.
same for the werewolves. If there were no carnival members on camera right now and there was parity between wolves and village, then the wolves would win.
Thank you.
Is there a way to kill carnival people, or just the werewolves are the only one who kills?
No, like
I
if we lynch a
Or like
carnival
other
player,
during
then
the
that's
day? Okay. Okay. So
I mean,
just
there's
during the
lots
day.
of ways people can die.
Yeah.
Am I right saying, Adam, as well, that you kind of like said that you don't have to wake up at night? No
You
matter
do
what
not
the-
have to wake up at night. And there is a roll that can kill you
Take a
when
roll?
you wake up,
I was hoping that
potentially.
was
So
the thing. That's awesome. If
Well,
you
that's
if
the
you wake up to do
hypnotist,
your roll,
like-
you might die. That's a thing.
So I don't want to play too fast and loose here, but I'm nominating Chris just for the fun of it. Chris R.
Oh,
We're
we know
nominating
Chris is a
Chris.
werewolf. But there's no doubt of that.
which Chris are
Which
you
Chris?
Like,
nominating?
when do you want to
Joseph?
kill her?
Let
Multiple
me
Chris's.
see. Is it A? I'll go with R. I'll go with R.
Okay.
I'll second Chris R.
Is this
Joseph
when
has
we gonna kill,
nominated
not
Chris
if.
R, and Keegan has seconded. I will mute everyone. And Chris, you can unmute and give your defense.
I'm so surprised. I'm on a village team. It is early. I have no suspicions as of now because just like 5 people spoke at all. I'm not sure what else to say at this point. No suspicions yet. I'm good. Please vote up.
Wait, just 1 second. Someone asked me a question, so let me answer them real quick. I apologize. I wasn't expecting that quick of a nomination, although I should have expected that quick of a nomination. All right, you still have like almost 9 minutes because I think I forgot to start the clock. So you still have plenty of time. This is your first nomination of the day. It is for Chris R. Joseph nominated, Jugan seconded. If you would like to keep Chris R alive, you will give me a thumbs up. If you would like Chris R to die, you will give me a thumbs down. We will all vote together on 3, 2, 1, vote. Keep your thumbs. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 up. It looks like 3 down. That is not enough to kill. So Chris survives.
Bro and Jugan are out for blood already.
Alex.
She didn't
Oh, Alex, I didn't
survive.
see
We
Alex.
let her
I wanted a
live.
real defense. I didn't get one.
I nominate Lucas.
And Alex. Don't forget Alex.
You cannot
you like to
nominate
get
people
one?
who
Cautious
are
with
not in the
nomination.
village.
Well, I don't want to kill him. I just figured I'd nominate him now.
I mean, you can nominate him. He cannot be up for nomination. You can nominate
So
him
we can.
all you want.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
just
fine.
think about the Daredevil guy so that we don't just give a free kill out to the circus.
Yeah.
What does the Daredevil do again?
If they survive a nomination to kill.
Well,
then
there's no
we get a
Daredevil
kill
yet,
at night.
Andreas.
Yeah, there is no
What?
Daredevil yet. There's no there's no carnival roles yet. They're all just grifters playing grifters.
Oh, is that new? Oh, I didn't pay attention. I'm so sorry.
Yeah, they're all grifters at the moment. So, although if a grifter survives a nomination, then they get a power. So,
Wow.
Oh,
So it's basically the same thing, just like.
Oh, so you kind of want to get
more
nominated.
If
Yeah,
you're
It might
one
have
of
helped
those
Chris R.
evil people, yeah.
yeah, Chris R. So if Chris R was a grifter, Chris R's now got a power.
Well, it's suspicious.
Good thing I'm not.
Well, no, Chris didn't say anything, so there's no way Joseph could have nominated Chris by using carnival language or something. Like, if you
Oh, there's no way I can nominate you, Jesse, when you have a robotic voice.
there's
don't
other
think-
people using carnival words, you might know.
I don't think Chris was Carnival because Chris seemed really, really nervous when she got nominated.
Did anyone say anything weird yet?
You said
No.
something about
You
yourself.
said
did.
something.
You
You
did
nominated
several.
someone that's not here. Yeah, that's pretty bizarre.
Okay,
Maybe that's the
so-
thing. Maybe that's the thing. Like the carnival people, like to nominate people that are in the carnival.
no, it's just being Steven.
I mean, Jesse briefly turned into a robot. I don't know if that's carnival.
Oh, that's
or not.
kind of sus.
I'm a bot.
It would be incredible though if that was the thing. Like nominate someone that's not in the village. That would be funny.
It also says that if you nominate someone and they are killed by the village, you get also the ability. So everyone who's like trigger happy with nominations, I think is also a bit weird.
So
Have a
we
look at
should
that.
nominate, but also we should because
We need to be careful at
there's
the
a
same
starving
time.
wolf.
We should nominate,
Yeah.
but maybe
Well-
we can leave it like to. Can someone nominate multiple times, Adam?
Every
The same
other.
person cannot nominate back to back, but
Yeah.
they could nominate like the first and the third nomination.
Well,
Where
I-
has the meta gone as far as killing on day one? Are we still saying we never kill on day one?
No.
No,
There's-
Um,
it
there's a
depends
wolf
on
that-
depends on the
yeah,
situation.
well,
Yeah,
I've made one
wolf-
deduction. So far, Alex did not start with a gun.
Oh, that's a good one, Gorman.
It's
could have
been
that
2 minutes in the game
starving
and
wolf.
nobody's died.
Everyone is alive.
He might be
Wonderful.
the huntress though.
I do have a moderator question. Do we know about all attributes or no attributes or some attributes or what's the story there?
Some people, based on which item or attribute you have, will know that you have it. Some are hidden from you. So
But it doesn't say specifically which ones
Correct.
or which, right?
Y-
Okay.
Correct.
You'll know if you know.
So it seems like best case scenario would be killing the showman first because then the carnival team won't get all of their abilities. Or
Yep.
it's gonna be
Okay.
really hard
Yeah,
to
do you know
Who's
who
the
the showman
showman?
is, Sasha?
That would be helpful.
Actually, I would really hate
Yeah.
that.
Me too.
I want the game to be super tense and only to win at
I
the last
don't.
minute.
It's
I
kind
want
of
to be
funny.
sent out.
It feels like Adam nerfed the carnival team, which has a hard time winning as is. But
Yeah,
maybe
they
I'm
have
wrong.
such a wonderful ratio already, right? With like 1-7 or whatever it is.
The carnival team is the showman. If the showman's gone, they're not winning.
How do we know the maximum amount of people that the showman can send out, or you just tell them random numbers?
I think it's a D6.
Well, now that they all start as grifters, maybe there's more of them.
D4, D6.
D6.
So if there's a zombie bodyguard in play, do we want to kill them right away so that they can protect two people?
I mean, I don't think that's a great
We don't
idea.
know who
You have
to
5
protect
minutes
yet.
remaining in the day.
Just checking, because I
It'd be a
figured
little
two
early for
people is
that.
better to protect than one, but
You also,
Not on the first night.
yeah, I mean, but we might not have the zombie bodyguard. We might have the.
Are we saying we have to kill tonight because there's that wolf that might be in the game that gets an extra kill?
Sasquatch?
Yeah.
The starving wolf is
The
on the
starving
team.
wolf,
that's
which
a
basically
starving
means that we
wolf.
get 2 kills.
I mean, we could test it the first night. It'd probably be best bet not to kill kills, but
So
Davey is a little
Well,
quiet,
maybe
which
it's
is unusual for Davey.
Who said that we should test the starving wolf?
Jugan. That
Jugan.
thing has
Alright,
never.
I
gone
nominate
wrong, right?
Jugan.
There's a nomination
I'm
for
saying if we-
Jugan. Is there a second?
Yeah.
No, he said we should test it.
All right, Joseph is seconded. So that was Stephen nominating, Joseph seconding. I'll mute everyone. You have 4 minutes, 17 seconds remaining. Jugan, you can unmute and give your defense.
I did not say we should test it. I said we can test it. It would be the best night because we have the most people. But if we have 2 people in the game that died, then we can say for certain that the starving wolf is in the game. But if we only have 1 death, there's only one. I mean, there's no starving wolf if we only have 1 death. Obviously, that's what I was trying to say. I did not say we have to. I said we could.
Am I allowed to say anything?
No.
Oh, that's why I'm
nomination.
asking. I didn't
It's
say
the
anything.
defense.
What
No,
kind of?
You're fine. No.
Well, now I don't trust Steven and I don't trust Chris. But don't kill me. I'm on the village team. I don't know why you nominated me. I gave a suggestion and somehow it made me suspicious.
which
I
Chris?
am on the village team.
All right, this is our second nomination of the day for Jugan. Stephen nominated, Joseph seconded. You have 4:17 remaining to get in another nomination. Thumbs up to save Jugan, thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 up and 1 down. It looks like that is not enough. Jugan survives and your day continues.
I will
I
say,
just wanna-
Jugan, that defense wasn't any more substantive than Chris's, and you voted down on Chris's.
I was tempted to vote down
was-
just for that reason.
Yeah.
I also want to throw out that we can't test the starving wolf because there's rolls that won't die. So the starving wolf might get an extra kill, and there's not an extra kill, and we wouldn't know.
Or there's village rules that can kill, like the huntress.
Kill during the day.
Did you say the
Right?
carnival people? Sorry, go ahead. Sorry. So the carnival people only get power if they get nominated. Is that what you said?
Or sent to
Yeah,
the carnival.
Grifter only gets their power after they've been nominated and not died.
Okay.
Or sent to the carnival.
so I feel Joseph a little stronging on the nomination thing there.
Well, yeah, the other thing I wanted to say about my
I'm not
nomination
saying
is
he's a. I feel he might be on
we
that
have
team.
no reason to know who to nominate, and I went based off of what sounded like a bad strategy move. And also, it turns out I always nominate Jugan. Sorry about that.
I'm just confused why I accused Joseph and you came out defending yourself.
But he was the one nominating Jill. That's why.
You too. You nominated you
Yeah, the
second
first
now.
one.
Nominate
Yeah.
nominate and second now. I feel like
Yeah.
you're trying to get somebody power shooting blind and there.
That is true. Let's get rid of him.
I think that's even more dangerous.
But now
than
that he came so fiercely protecting himself after I accused you, I'm a little confused now. I don't know. I thought I had a hint of something. Maybe I was.
Your number's too low. You have to have a higher number to think.
Oh, that's my IQ number.
I'll nominate Jesse.
There's a nomination for Jesse. Do I see a second or hear a second? I
We
see
gotta kill
Grow.
him if we nominate. If he's second, you need to kill him.
Grow
let's-
is
let's save it
seconding.
for Joseph.
So I will mute everyone. Alex nominated, Gross seconded. This is your third and final nomination of the day. And Jesse, you can unmute and give your defense.
Well, killing me would be really bad for the village, so I think it would be better to not kill me. We will see if 2 people die. There most likely is a starving wolf, but the likelihood that there is a starving wolf with all these wolves in there is small. So you shouldn't kill me, but if people really want to, they can, and it's fine. But I am not on either evil team. I don't really have any suspicions yet. I don't really think Joseph is bad. I mean, he could be, but I think he's just playing a joke with Chris, like, because there's this whole like joke thing about nominating Chris first. I don't really think Jugan is bad, and I don't think Gil is bad. I don't really have any reads on anyone else. Alex is very quiet. I don't know if that means what that means. He was quiet before the game started, so maybe it's just has nothing to do with the game. I don't know. Yeah, I have no real reads yet. So.
All right, this is our third and final nomination of the day. So no matter what, we will be going to sleep. Jesse was nominated by Alex and seconded by Grow. Thumbs up to save Jesse, thumbs down to kill. Vote in 3, 2, 1, vote. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down, it looks like. So that is not enough. Jesse survives. Everybody that is in the carnival can return to the village. Hope you had fun. And now everyone can go to sleep. And I will say that future days will not be as long. So just keep that in mind. Nobody is dead, so I have no assistance. I have to run this nonsense by myself. So let's start with the ambusher. Ambusher, would you like to set an ambush tonight? Thumbs up, yes. Thumbs down, no. Keep in mind, anyone who would write down your name if you set the ambush will die. All right, thank you. And next up is the showman. Thank you. Can Grifter number 1 wake up? If you have a night ability, you can use it now. Thank you. Grifter 2, if you have a night ability you would like to use, you can wake up and use it now. Thank you. Grifter 3, if you have a night ability, you can wake up and use it now. Thank you. Grifter 4, if you have a night ability and would like to use it. Thank you. Grifter 5, if you have a night ability. Thank you. Can my friendly neighbor wake up? Who would you like to send some lemonade to quench the thirst on a hot, hot day? Thank you. Can my seer wake up? Seer, if you get a check, or if you have information from yesterday, or you know what you're doing. Thank you. Can my bodyguard wake up? Thank you. And again, this is not the weakling wolf. If you're in the game, if there is a sheep or a wolf in sheep's clothing, you can begin waking up whenever you want to, but can my werewolves please wake up? Would you like to try to kill tonight? Thank you. Can my weakling wolf wake up? If you are in the game, weakling wolf, who would you like to try to kill? Remember, you can only kill plain villagers. Thank you. Can my huntress wake up? If you would like to use your one-time kill, let me know. Thank you. Can my active wolf please wake up? If you have an ability you can do tonight, please let me know. Thank you. And finally, my ratcheted insomniac, please wake up. Thank you. And let me send out messages that I need to send out. And everyone can wake up. And let me just make sure all of my notes are correct. It appears to be correct. And last night, Gil was killed. But do not turn off your camera yet. Do not turn off your camera yet. Also, Jesse was killed. So would the bodyguard like to come out and save either Gil or Jesse?
You mean lifeguard, right?
Lifeguard, yes, sorry. Lifeguard, would you like to, if you
I'll
do
save
not want
Gil.
Okay. Our lifeguard has chosen to resuscitate Gil. Gil remains in the game.
I want to keep as many Pennsylvanians in this as we can. I'm sorry, Jesse. We can't save everyone.
Jesse is dead, and Jesse was on the werewolf team.
Yes.
Sweet. Man, hard claim this special.
Nobody going to carnival?
Strongly implied.
So the only way he
Oh,
got killed
wait,
is
just a second,
because
just a second, just a
Oh,
second,
yeah,
just a
wait,
second,
wait, yeah,
just a second. Today, going to the carnival will be Steven.
Our hero. Oh,
Big
Jill's
hero.
hero.
I think I know what
So
happened.
did we find out that there's, since 2 people died, do we have that kind of wolf in here then?
Well, one of them was a
Somebody-
wolf,
One of
so
the wolf was
A
a
wolf
trap.
died
I
Because
think
we
I know
killed
what
nobody,
happened.
right?
Yeah, I don't
The
think
wolf
so.
died because of a trap. Somebody
I
had
thi-
the trap around them.
I was the ambusher. I ambushed last night. I think
Ooh,
I
nice.
got killed, but didn't.
So wait, how does it? Is it like a trapper? So you
Oh,
put it on
oh,
yourself?
because it was a wolf. Oh, got it.
Yeah.
Oh, so the wolves went for you, girl. And then they die. So-
I have a moderator question, Adam.
Wait just a second, let me stop the clock.
Will
And
you
also, I
tell-
will say, wait just a second, Lucas. I will say that you only have 7 minutes today. I should have said that. Go ahead, Lucas.
If there's an ambusher in the game and ambusher's ability was used, would you tell the ambusher that the ability was used or not?
I would tell them when they wake up at night.
Okay.
They no longer have their ability.
Thanks, Adam.
There's also
I'm
the
not sure,
possibility.
but I would.
Go ahead, girl. I'm sorry.
Again, I am not sure, but I think it's because of me.
So I'm just gonna say this incredible plan to like try out the Starving Wolf kind of failed, right? Because there was the Weakling Wolf that could also kill.
Yes.
So like it doesn't work to try the Starving Wolf with this rule set.
That's what I mean.
But
He could
I
have
think-
he could have also been the weakling wolf.
Yeah.
But
I think
weakling
it's
wolf,
still
can the
good.
weakling wolf kill wolves, other wolves?
No, they can.
No,
No,
they
we know
can
the
kill,
wolf
but
The
they
wolf
can
was
kill
still in the
him.
trap.
But
Oh, so you think the werewolf team killed the weakling wolf not knowing that
No.
they were a wolf?
well, I mean, it's possible. I'm not saying that's what happened, but then there's
It
also
could be a
possibility of
possibility to explain why a wolf does
and
that.
it's also a huntress too.
Yeah.
So there's several reasons why a wolf could have died.
I'm willing to say
So-
throw at face value until I think differently, to be fair.
But that,
I mean, I believe
at
it.
least
I
that
be-
shows you that I'm a villager. 'Cause
Well,
there's no other way for me to have died and survived, right?
No one's counterclaimed
No.
Gross.
You're the.
No, no.
Oh, right.
Yahoo is the lifeguard. We know that, and Grow is
Yes.
the ambusher.
ambusher, yeah.
Yeah.
Who was the ambusher?
No, Grow is the
She
ambusher.
came out.
Oh, okay.
So
Did you set the ambush, Grow?
Yeah, I set the ambush. I was going to set an
So that's
ambush
probably
every night
most
until
likely what
something
happened.
happened.
Is it a one-time thing or?
it's a one-time thing.
No,
If
It's
it-
one
if
time
it's triggered,
thing.
if it's triggered,
But-
it's a one-time thing.
But we don't. But the thing is, like I said, we don't know. There's
don't know.
several reasons why a wolf could
Yes.
have died.
So-
We don't
so
know
now-
for sure.
Does
So-
Grow know if was? Do you know, Grow, if was triggered or not?
She will know it in the night.
I will
the
know
night.
tomorrow.
Okay.
Bram-
So Grow, I have
I
a
will
question
say
for
it.
Grow.
Yeah, sure.
Grow, do you want to be protected by the bodyguard or do you want to try to set the ambush again?
You can always set it. I think you can
Okay,
always set the
she shouldn't
ambush
be.
once.
She
So
Yeah, but
be
if it was not triggered, she could set it again. But if
You
she
can
sets
set it
it
again.
and the
in-
bodyguard
until-
picks her name, then the bodyguard would die. So we need to clarify
so
that.
the bodyguard should never like pick her or the
I mean,
seer.
unless Grow says
Or the
she wants
seer.
Yeah, but
set
the
the track.
wolves will know that, right?
Yes.
If they picked the
Mhm.
name, they would know if they picked her or not.
So Grow, you have to decide if the bodyguard should think of choosing your name or not.
I think we should hear a little bit from the people that weren't here yesterday. So I don't remember exactly. Like, Jerry.
Yeah, I'd
did
like
you-
to hear from Lucas.
Yeah, not from Luke. Jerry, did you have a magnificent time over at the carnival?
I ate too much candy floss.
Oh, that's bad.
Oh.
Adam, can I ask just? Sorry, Jerry. Sorry, were you going to say something? So I'll just ask him.
Candy floss, the only kind of floss they have over there in the UK.
Okay, so game related, Jerry. Did you pick up something on day one?
I wasn't able to listen to much. Lee was asking me a lot of questions, so I wasn't able to pay much attention. But obviously, I was trying to write down who was voting which way. Jesse, the fact that he tried to bluff who was a village role and then got caught out by that. So again, could be the huntress picking up on that again, but more likely Grow because she is a threat to the wolves, and the wolves do are very scared of her. So I tend to believe it was the trap that got set. I think she shouldn't say if the trap's gone off or not, just because then she's an open target. If she isn't, then they know she's going to be free to kill for the wolves. But also the thing we need to bear in mind is there's ways for lots of people to die. We know there's a starving wolf because obviously 2 people did die. Then that could
Happy
be the trap
beta
as well.
wolf.
Sorry?
I think the wolves know whether or not they targeted her
Sorry,
or
it
not.
might have been beta wolf as well.
The
Because
wolves know. The wolves know that if
Yeah, they already
Gross
know that
ambushes target
information.
or not.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Grow can tell us anything. The wolves already know that information.
Yes.
Yeah.
Actually, the wolves are the only one who know, and Adam,
Correct.
that Gross ambush was triggered or not.
Adam,
3 minutes remaining in your day.
Adam, just a quick moderator question. So, like,
Yes.
the assistants, like, so we've got a wolf assistant moment, so they're still playing for the wolf team, and do they get to dish out? Do they know who to dishing out these items to, or is it just someone random?
So what will happen is now that we have dead players, I will wake up all the assistants. That means any player who's died can turn their camera on, and I will show 2 options, and they pick which one. It may pertain to a specific person, a specific ability. It could just be a general game altering type of thing for a day
Okay,
or something.
thank you.
But
All right, thanks.
And you
So
will,
it-
okay,
How much time left?
2 minutes and 50
Oh,
seconds.
We need to start maybe don't nominate. I have no idea.
what if Jesse died because of the beta wolf?
Could be Lucy, yes, could be.
There's also
There
a
are so
hunter
many
shot.
reasons.
Or hunter
But we,
shot.
There's a lot of
I
reasons.
just
We
wasn't
can't
sure if I
pinpoint it
was
down.
We
muted.
shouldn't worry about that. We will know that tomorrow. So that's
I'm
we
just
don't
making sure I'm not muted because whenever I speak, people talk over me. So
It'd be very thematic one game for Sasha to just put like a big claw mark in that map from
Oh.
Russia to Africa.
I'll work on that for next game.
So
I would
And
like to
nominate Alex.
nominate. I would like to go ahead,
Wait,
Guami.
did you nominate
started
Guami?
first.
Alex.
Guami has nominated Alex. Is there a second?
Come on,
I
come
will
on,
count
people.
down the nomination.
I'll-
Oh, there's a second
Ooh.
from Jeff. All right, I will mute everyone. You have 2 minutes and 15 seconds remaining. Alex, you can unmute and give your defense.
Yes, I am on the village team. So if you want more villagers, you probably shouldn't kill me. You're more than welcome to kill me. Like I have always said, I'm happy to die early, and especially today because I have a party coming up here in less than 4 hours that I could use some time to prepare for. So if you'd like to get rid of me, I'd be more than happy. I nominated Jesse yesterday because I knew we were going to get a third nomination either way, and I wanted to speed up the game. I didn't feel like we needed to take all of the day like we always do. You know, I'd rather do it with 2 minutes left than 2 seconds left. And he ended up being a wolf. I couldn't tell from his defense that he was a wolf. It seemed fine to me, but somebody obviously got the information from what he said probably during that defense. So seems like it was helpful. Don't have a lot of reads right now. I'm not really a good reader. But yeah, that's my defense.
All right, this is our first vote of the day for Alex. Guami nominated, Jeff seconded. You have 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. We're going to do a thumbs up to save Alex, thumbs down to kill. In 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17 up and 3 down, it looks like. So not enough. Your day continues. 2:15.
I would like to
Interesting
nominate
download, Brian.
Kathy, number 7.
There's a nomination for Kathy.
Wow.
Is there a second for that?
I second.
Davey seconds. All right. I will mute everyone and oops. Kathy, you can unmute and give your defense.
Okay, I'm a villager. I'm on the village team. I think Ro is what she said. That seemed like legit thing going on. Yahoo left, so I think he's who he is, but I really don't know. Alex sounded villager. I'm not sure. I feel like I'm just bad at reads, but I am on the village team. I don't want to say what I am because I don't want to be a target. So, but I am on the village team.
All right, this is our second nomination of the day. You still have 2 minutes and 10 seconds. Luciana nominated Davey, seconded Kathy. So thumbs up to save Kathy and thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. I see one down, or sorry, one up, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. I don't think those numbers, 1, 2, it's not enough to go. And
Anybody remember
two
who
tender.
voted down for Jess other than me? On the first.
I did.
I mean, he was like pretty much
All
strong
right.
and fine. He was a good special shot. I don't want to like kill into that like early game.
I see my vote down for Jesse because I didn't think at that point.
I voted no.
It was two.
voted
It was two gold people. So I'm not saying Sarah or Sasha are werewolf, but I'm just saying it's people we have to keep an eye on.
I voted him down because I didn't like his defense.
You want
Jesse.
about Jesse?
Jesse, are we talking about Jesse?
Yes.
Jesse.
Yeah. I voted no for him because I didn't like his defense.
I
thought we had to kill.
Yeah, I thought
And I think the only way we're
Thought
going
we
to
had
kill
to kill.
werewolves, yeah, we need to kill one. We village needs to kill.
Because I thought that Jesse would think that we were going to kill him, and then he retained information and didn't come out with his role. So I thought that made him a bit of an obvious wolf to me.
Right, like on the first in this big game, I always vote down on the third unless I have a good read that someone is good.
Unless I have a
Because
good
we need to
positive
kill
read.
people. Like that's how the game works.
So Kathy,
Aren't we giving
who did Jesse vote up on?
You have 1 minute remaining in the day.
Aren't we giving powers to the carnival team if we nominate them?
If you nominate and don't kill, yes.
If you don't kill him. Yes.
Kathy,
if
do you
you
want?
don't kill, okay.
Kathy,
It's also
why
if you
do why,
nominate, kill them.
Kathy, why don't you want to say your role if you kind of like claim something, you know? If you die with that information, or like someone could claim
I
your
just
role
don't
later.
want to say. I don't want to. I don't know if I have a role or not. I don't want to be a target as a plain villager. Let's put it
But
that
you
way.
said that you don't want to. But you sure it kind of like implied that you were a good special.
30 seconds.
No, she could be a plain villager and doesn't want to be attacked by that wolf.
Yeah.
Didn't Jesse
Let's
vote
just
up on
put it that
Judy?
way. I'm trying to not come out sounding.
Well,
I'm
Wolves
trying
are
to
gonna
sound.
kill you
Yeah.
now.
I nominate Jugan.
There's a nomination for Jugan. Is there a
Second.
second? Davey seconds. All right, just a second. And I will mute everyone. And Jugan, you can unmute and give your defense.
That's really weird and quick nominations by Kwame, and so I'll let you use my pocket knife to kill Davey.
A pocket knife only kills the person who nominated you. And Guami was the one who nominated you.
Oh well, Davey seconded. I thought, okay, well I'll kill Kwame then.
All
Now
right.
it's out and open to have one.
Jugan uses his pocket knife and Guami is dead. And Guami was on the village team. And you can continue your defense, Jugan.
Listen, I already said I'm on the village team. I don't know where that nomination came out. It came out of left field. I don't trust Davey after that quit nomination. That's one I really wanted to kill. I thought that's how the pocket knife worked. Didn't want to kill Guami, but now I said it, I pretty much had to do it, prove that I have one. I don't know why we coming after me. I don't know what I've done. I don't trust Chris, don't trust Davey, and I don't trust Sasha. The downvote on Bessie. So keep me alive, please.
All right, this is our third and final nomination of the day. For Jugan, he was nominated by Kwame and seconded by Davey. Thumbs up to save Jugan, thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 down. That is enough to kill. And Jugan is instead, Jugan was on the Carnival team. And with that, our Stephen can come back from the Carnival. And everyone can go to sleep. All right, we've got assistants now. So can all my assistants who would like to participate, please come back on camera. Assistants, these are your options. This is any player who has been killed. This is option number 1. This is option number 2. So thumbs up for option 1, thumbs down for option 2. All right, thank you. You can turn off your cameras and I'll see you again tomorrow night. Let me just make note of what has occurred. And just 1 second. Okay. Let's start with my ambusher, please wake up. Would you like to set your ambush? Thank you. Showman, please wake up. Thank you. Can Grifter number 1 wake up if you have a night ability? Thank you. Grifter number 2, you have a night ability. Thank you. Grifter 3. Thank you. Grifter 4. Thank you. Grifter 5. Thank you. Can my friendly neighbor please wake up? Who would you like to send some lemonade to? Thank you. Can my seer please wake up? Thank you. And can my bodyguard please wake up? Thank you. Can my werewolves please wake up? Thank you. Can my weakling wolf please wake up? Thank you. Can my huntress please wake up? If you have not used your ability, would you like to do so? Thank you. Can my active wolf please wake up? Thank you. Can my ratcheted insomniac please wake up? Let me send out some messages. All right, everyone can wake up. Last night, make sure I have these right. Last night, Gil was killed. Also, Andreas was killed. And that is all.
Do we learn
both,
alignment at night?
Yeah, that's what I was double checking to make sure. Both of them were on the village team. And today, Lucas will be going to the village. To the carnival. Sarah will be going to the carnival. And Chris R will be going to the carnival. And let me just make sure that is everything. Yes.
So, as
Great.
the returning carnival player, I just want to say that I'm pretty unhappy that I was sent alone. They immediately put me in the dunk tank, and there was nobody to throw balls, so I just sat there and got sunburned.
Real
But
quick.
today, I put a shot of fireball in my white, ultra white gridlock energy drink, so I'll be warm today anyway.
Real quick, is anybody planning on quickly nominating anybody? Raise your hand if you are. Okay, cool. I'll be back.
I got a question.
All right,
How many?
Go ahead,
Brent.
Go ahead, Brian.
I was going to ask how many wolves estimated and how many carnival players started this game estimated?
Historically, around this player count, it's been about 6 carnival workers and about the same number of werewolves, plus or minus a few, depending on how powerful they are.
So
another thing in that conversation that I was wondering if we should be targeting werewolves or carnival workers, and I figured that out. For the record, we should certainly be targeting werewolves over carnival workers because carnival never wins.
So,
yeah, I mean,
One, Brandon and me.
Brandon,
well, that doesn't hardly count.
Brandon, can I?
But Lucas,
can I ask you a
go
question,
ahead.
Brandon, real quick?
Yes.
Do you have any like sus or anything like that?
I don't have a sus, but I want to hear from Chris A. My main sus was Julian, but he was carnival. I thought he was a werewolf though.
Yeah, I thought so too.
I mean,
do we think there's because he's waking up 5 grifters, or is he just saying 5? Do we actually?
Yeah.
He's probably saying, he's probably saying
could be
5. I
faking
don't
stuff,
know if it's
yeah.
because there's like carnival workers like the strong man or the human cannonball
Yeah.
that don't wake up. So
There actually could potentially be more than 5.
Well, there's
Yeah,
no. They don't. There isn't them roles in. It's only
Yeah,
drifters that are in play.
Yeah, he's
To
always
get them powers.
Yeah, exactly.
I actually think that Alex might be the showman.
so do we have any strong reasons to like keep people alive on trial unless they like claim a specific good special and they can kind of like more or less back it up that they are? Because like at this point, the only evils who've died that we know of are Jugan, 1 Carnival, and then Jesse, 1 Wolf. And if there's like that many players on the Carnival end with like this many players left, isn't statistically most of us evil? So I mean, is there any good reason to like vote life on anybody at this point unless they
Strategy wise, no. I think people struggle to kill players in a big game that we've been looking forward to. So, that is a factor.
And I think from reading, there's a few people that you get a good vibe off you maybe can like hedge your bets that they are a villager. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, Grow at this point, Grow's like the only person who I would not vote death on.
Yeah. I did
Steve
write
as well.
down yesterday that
Steve's
Jerry and Kathy are bad. I don't know if they are, but that's what I wrote down.
Yeah, Stephen's concerned because obviously with the lifeguard.
Well, my question was going to be, how did we get 2 kills again last night?
It could be a carnival worker.
Weakling wolf.
Could be a
Weakling wolf, huntress, all
Notice.
types of stuff. That's what I'm saying. I don't think we can figure. I don't know if we'll have the information this early to figure that out. That's more late game. We can maybe deduce that.
I think Joseph's
I
figured it
think
out.
There's something to be said for it being a weakling wolf since Jill got killed twice.
Yeah.
That
And
sucks.
if
You
you
see,
got a kill through once, you would try with the same one again if you were a weakling wolf, wouldn't
Exactly.
Yeah.
Alex,
Okay,
are
that-
you the
Oh,
showman?
Me, no.
you? By the way, I got told that I don't have any powers
Yeah, I was going to ask
anymore.
that. I was going to ask that.
Okay, well then that's
should a bodyguard come out and protect you, or I don't.
No.
mm-mm.
No.
So I want to hear from Chris A. Haven't heard much from Chris A.
I am on the village team. I'm not really got much stats at the moment. If you
3
want to
minutes
kill
remaining.
me, you can kill me, but I would advise against that.
What
I
about
feel like killing you just because that background's giving me vertigo.
What about Sasha? You're playing fast and loose and talking a lot today, so maybe you want to chip in a little bit more.
Sure. So I feel like I was a little suspicious of the defense yesterday from Kathy too. So she's on my list of suspicions. I think also, what else I think? I'm most worried about the showman because I feel like if we lose too many players, that's going to be the first way we lose. So that's my kind of like number one concern. To address the comment about voting down on Jesse, I think that was really weird. That was suspicious since I thought he was a werewolf. I voted down. He was a werewolf. I'm not super sure why
It was the
2 people
third
thought that
of
was
the day.
suspicious, but it
My
was the
feeling-
third nomination
I don't think that's
of the
I
day.
voted down too. Like,
Yeah,
2
but
minutes.
that was brought up twice. So just to address that, I don't understand why I thought he was a wolf. I voted down. He was a wolf.
who brought that up? That's
yeah, that's not suspicious.
It
yeah,
seems like
if
some
you
kind of
vote down.
gaslighting
I
to
think,
bring
I think that was Gil.
Gil and Jugan both brought that up.
Ah,
So
okay. Well,
Gil was good.
Kathy, you had something to say?
I was just going to defend myself a little bit. I don't know if you saw me munching on something, and this is totally what people do, and I don't mean to do this, but I truly have diabetes. I didn't eat lunch. My brain, and Jeff's making a face at me because he hates me doing this, but my brain is kind of a little bit between that and between COVID. I'm not pulling out names quickly or things answering. So part of that, my weird defense is I'm trying to deal with my blood sugar dropping a little, but truly I just don't want to say what I am because I could be a target if we're talking about a weakling thing, or I could be cursed. But yeah, I am just a plain villager. That's fine. They can attack me.
I'll say this one little tidbit because there's not a lot of time. I think killing Davy would either be really good or really bad for the village.
I was just about to.
I agree.
All right, I nominate Kathy.
I'm going to nominate.
I nominate Davey.
Wait, Steven nominated Kathy first before either of you got your nominations out. Is there a second for the nomination for Kathy? Looks like
Throw.
Throw is seconding.
Throw.
Okay, I will mute everyone. Stephen nominated Kathy, Gross seconded. Kathy, you can unmute and give your defense.
Like I said, I'm plain villager. I could be a target for being cursed or for anything like that. So it really doesn't matter if you vote me out. If you're worried about villager numbers, I wouldn't vote me out, but you're not going to lose anything. I was trying to sound like I had a role because I didn't want to be a target for like a weakling wolf or for getting cursed, but you probably want to vote me out. So that's my defense. I am plain villager.
All right, this is our first vote of the day. There are 46 seconds left, so you still have time if you'd like. You're going to vote. This is for Kathy. Stephen nominated, Gross seconded. Thumbs up to save Kathy. Thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. It looks like that is not enough to kill. Kathy lives, and you have 46 seconds remaining.
I nominate Davey.
Davey doesn't wake up.
Wait, just a second. Who is the nomination?
I nominate David.
Okay.
No, he
Eddie
doesn't wake up.
nominated Davey. Is there a second for that nomination?
I'll second.
Don't.
Brian seconded. Okay. So I will mute everyone.
Is defense.
Davey, you can unmute and give your defense.
Actually, Jeff, I do wake up, so I'm not sure why you have wrong information. That doesn't make me suspicious of you. I don't know. I don't know what's happening there. So maybe you're going the other direction and got your names mixed up. I don't know. I'm most suspicious. Well, yes. Okay. Yesterday I was most suspicious of Kathy, Jugan, and Andres. I was obviously wrong about Andres. But that's why I seconded Kathy and Jugan both, because they were my suspects and someone happened to nominate them. So that worked out. I'm still kind of sus of Kathy. It was going away until she just confirmed herself as a plain villager. Then that brought it back. Today, I would say that I'm adding Chris A and Jerry to that list. Adam, you don't have to check it. The A's still suck.
Yeah, Houston's up 3-0. I'm well aware.
For Jerry, my main suspicion is that Brandon said he was suspicious of her and she didn't defend herself at all. And I feel like Jerry usually is quick to defend herself when she's good. I'm your bodyguard, so you obviously shouldn't kill me. Jeff should check out what's happening with his information. I do trust Grow. I feel good about Luciana. I wouldn't say I trust her. I feel good about Jeff. That's really it.
All right, this is our second nomination of the day. There are 45 seconds left. You're going to, Eddie nominated Davey and Brian seconded. Thumbs up to save Davey, thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 2 thumbs down and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12 up, it looks like. So that is not enough. Your day continues with 45 seconds.
I trust Jeff on this. I don't understand what David's doing. What if Jeff gets?
He didn't wake up on
I
night 0.
nominate Eddie.
Luciana, why'd you try to?
There's a nomination for Eddie. Is there a second?
That makes sense, Jeff. Why would I count? Why would I count?
Yeah,
him?
yeah.
Since
I feel like
Brandon
Jeff
has-
should share
I'll
the rest of
second
his
it.
information.
I'll second
for-
Eddie.
All right, everyone is muted. Eddie has been nominated by Luciana and seconded by Brandon. Eddie, you can unmute and give your defense.
You don't want to kill me because I also wake up at the night and I'm a village role. I feel like I'm going to die, so I'm the seer. I haven't got any info yet because I'm the reactive kind of like seer. So unless a kind of like a villager kills a villager, I won't get any information. I did kind of like nominate David in because I thought Davy's just behaviour in a way was like being really aggressive with voting yesterday, made me put the most suspicion on him. But since then, obviously, I do believe that, well, potentially is the bodyguard, particularly because he countered Jeff's advice, and there would be no reason for him to counter that. Who else am I suspicious of? Maybe Brian a little bit. Trust Grove. Trust Stephen. I do think Kathy is on the village team as well, and that's where I'm at with it really. So I'd say it was David, but at the moment I would say it was Brian would be my next suspicion.
All right, this will be our third and final nomination. Everyone, this is for, Eddie. Luciana nominated, Brandon seconded. Thumbs up to save Eddie. Thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 1 up, 2 up, 3 up, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down. So that is not enough. Eddie survives, and just a second, someone just messaged me. All right, if you're in the carnival, you can come back. And everyone can go to sleep. All right, let me start with my assistants. All dead players who would like to wake up as an assistant, please turn your camera on now. All right, this is option number 1. So you would give me a thumbs up if you would like that option. This is option number 2. You would give me a thumbs down if you would like that option. So option 1, option 2, thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, thank you. And let me make necessary notes. All right, and I will let everyone know this is night number 3. So if there is a hypnotist in the game, they can begin waking up. And if they can wake up on a village roll. If the village roll wakes up, then the hypnotist will kill that player and take their ability. So as always, you are not required to wake up. So I'll start with the ambusher. If you have not used your ability and would like to tonight, let me know. Thank you. Showman, you're still in the game. Thank you. Can grifter number 1 please wake up? Thank you. Grifter number 2, please wake up. If you have a night ability to use. Thank you. Grifter number 3. Grifter number 4. You have a night ability and would like to use it. Thank you. Grifter number 5. Thank you. Friendly neighbor. Friendly neighbor. Thank you. Can my seer please wake up? Thank you. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolves, please wake up. Thank you. My weakling wolf, please wake up. Thank you. Can my huntress wake up? You have not used your ability. Would you like to use it? Thank you. Can my active wolf please wake up? Thank you. And finally, my insomniac. Thank you. And let me send out any messages I need to. All right, everyone can wake up. And last night, nobody died. And today, going to the carnival will be Alex and Sasha and Joseph and Stephen.
Very large dice roll.
Hey, Adam, just because my seer ability didn't trigger again, can I use my carnival ticket, please?
Yes, Eddie, you can use your carnival ticket, and Eddie is also going to the carnival.
Can I use my ticket as well?
And Chris also has a carnival ticket. You can use that as well.
People are running away.
Yeah.
Is Oprah out here just handing out tickets or like? What's
I
going on?
think.
So,
Oh.
so here, real quick, real quick, I want. I can't hear you. You faded. I would like to know. Go ahead, Lucas.
I got the
Lucas, go
moderator
ahead.
question, Adam. Is tough completely randomly assigned, or could there theoretically be a tough strongman?
The
tough attribute.
The attributes were assigned at the beginning randomly, and then if a grifter gains an ability, that's random as well. So I suppose technically it could happen, but it's completely random.
I just imagined if we had someone with 3 lives in the game.
Okay, Brandon, speak.
Okay, so I almost
Adam,
voted down on Eddie, but then because I was trying to remember how the reactive seer worked, would there be any day where he should have received some information? Because reactive seer works if the village votes out a villager, they should get a seeing action that night. I know we voted out Jugan as a carnival. We didn't kill anybody yesterday. Was there ever a point where we voted out a villager?
I don't think so.
No.
Day 1,
No.
we didn't kill anybody. I don't think so. Day 2 was Jugan.
Okay.
I think day 3.
Okay.
Yesterday.
So that makes his story check out.
Yes.
So that's why. Okay, but the other suspicion that I had, which is why I almost voted him down, is the other suspicion I have is Brian, because after Jeff just like hurried up and was about to say like Davey doesn't wake up, which showed that he was the insomniac, and it basically would have made Davey seem innocent. Both of them nominated and seconded Davey.
But before any nominations, can we get Jeff's information? Because Jeff has information.
Okay.
Yeah, I really actually didn't know how to play this role because I'm as likely to out good guys as bad guys, right? And with their waking up. But at this point, I don't want to go to my grave with information, and I don't have much. I did go in the left direction, the lower direction. So Davey did not wake up on night 0, so I don't know what to make of that. I don't remember. Usually usually Adam asks if for people to wake up just to say hello, but I got a 0 for you. All right, on night 0 I got no for you. Joseph did wake up on night 1. Jill did not wake up on night 2, and this is no surprise one way or the other. Brian did not wake up last night, but no one has to wake up, and so knowing that he's next, he would, if he had a role that would implicate him, he could choose not to wake up. So at this point, my information is probably pretty worthless because people would just elect not to wake up. So
because of the hypnotist, yeah. Okay.
All right, so
I mean,
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead.
So when I seconded Davey, I think I did it because Davey nominated Kathy really fast, and I think I wasn't really super sensitive to Kathy at the moment. And then Luciana was like, no. Then I tried to ask, why are you trying to stop me from nominating David? And I didn't get that. I didn't hear that part where David didn't wake up or something until after it was already too late. But if you want to assess me after that, go ahead. But I tried to ask Luciana, but the trial was pretty much already started. It was too late. But if you want to assess me,
can you reconcile my information and your claim?
What's up?
I was just wondering if Davey can reconcile. I voted up for you, Davey, but I'm still not sure what that. I need to know what that. I need to be able to reconcile that in my mind why I got a 0, but yet you're claiming that you wake up.
Yeah, on night 0, I did not wake up. Adam only wakes up the roles that need to act. He doesn't do the wave to the moderator thing.
He doesn't. Okay, if that's true, then that would
I would be very happy if we would stop talking about.
No, the reason why I said no is because I don't trust you, Brian.
Okay, that's fair.
Because 2 days ago, or was it yesterday? I don't remember, but you wanted the carnival people to come out because you thought you had numbers, and then you asked the bodyguard, I think, to come out.
No, I didn't.
But the bodyguard, I thought.
I don't think so. No, I wasn't.
mentioned.
No, what I said was at this point, I asked how many carnivals are left and how many carnivals and how many how many wolves started at the beginning of this game, like estimated wise. And then Brennan said, oh, it's probably like 5 or 6 each team. So then I said, at this point, does the I mean, I think we should vote death on anybody who doesn't specifically claim good special and can like more or less back up their claim. And then I asked after, I think
3 minutes.
Well, good special come out. Does the bodyguard want to come out to protect this person or not? I was making a suggestion or whatever.
Okay.
That's
Yeah. I mean that's a suggestion maybe.
Are you finished? Because I would like to nominate Jerry.
Wait.
Oh, I
I want to say
second
one.
Jerry.
I want to say one more thing. Oh,
Wait, there's
Sorry,
a
Brian.
nomination
Oh,
and a
sorry.
second for Jerry. Lucas nominated, Luciana seconded. Jerry, you can unmute and give your defense.
Thank you for being able to finally talk, because I've been trying to talk for the last 3 days and I haven't had a chance to. So I know my name's been bandied about as suspicious, and reason why I think Stephen called me out so fast was the day we were all sent out, I didn't have a chance to listen because Lee was asking me to get stuff, so I didn't have a chance to write down much stuff about what's going on. Day 2, it was so fast with nominations. It was just a case of bang, 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 so not having a chance to breathe or think about the team. Where we are with suspicion wise, I think Brian is very sus. Sarah again has been very quiet at this point. The only people I really trusted, Davey, Jeff, and Grove, Stephen as well. But in regards to suspicion, Sarah and Brian, where I'd be looking. But I'm on the village team, and that's all I'm going to say. Vote up to keep me alive.
All right, you have 2 minutes, 47 seconds. This is your first nomination of the day. Lucas nominated, Luciana seconded. For Jerry, thumbs up to save Jerry, thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 1 up, 2 up, 3 up, 4, 5 up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 down. Let me keep your thumbs. Let me make sure I have that right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6 up, 5 down. That is not enough to kill. However, that is your only nomination of the day, so everyone in the carnival can return. I will mute you all. And everyone can go to sleep. All right, let's start with my assistants. Please wake up if you would like to be an assistant and vote on what happens. Option number 1. Option number 2. Thumbs up, thumbs down. All right, thank you. Let's start with my ambusher. Thank you. Shellman. Thank you. Grifter number 1. Thank you. Grifter number 2. Thank you. Grifter number 3. Thank you. Grifter number 4. Thank you. Grifter number 5. Thank you. Friendly neighbor. Thank you. Seer. Thank you. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolves. Thank you. Weakling wolf. Thank you. Huntress. Thank you. Active wolf. Thank you. Insomniac. Thank you. Just a second, let me send out any messages I may need to send. All right, everyone can wake up. And last night, Stephen was killed. Davey was killed. And Brian was killed. All of them were on the village team. And today, going to the carnival are Jeff and Lucas.
I have to nominate Alex because I think he's the
Wait, can we
showman.
just talk about what just happened first?
Can I
We
say
have a long
something
day.
before we start?
We have a long day, guys.
Yeah.
Can I
Go
say
ahead,
something?
Chris. Go ahead, Chris.
Eddie is not the seer. I am the seer. That
Yeah.
is why I wanted to die earlier. Is because I'm not going to get much information in this game. I'm the reactive seer. Eddie's lying, so you can kill me.
Why are you
and-
lying? I'm the reactive seer.
Look, you can kill one of us, and then find if kill me. I'm the villager. I'm on the village team. Then kill Eddie, or
Chris-
vice versa. But kill one of us, and then kill the other.
I'm gonna trust Chris, but let's just talk about how did 3 people die? Can someone explain that?
Joseph, you're bad.
is my guess.
I don't think I want to.
There's a possible huntress, and then there could be somebody like the knife thrower or one of those carnival.
I don't
workers that
Lucy,
kill.
I'm not bad. I'm trying to understand how 3 people. I thought 2 were the maximum.
Yeah, but you're
hypnotist
not on
maybe?
my team.
Yeah, it's possible the hypnotist too.
Because if
They could have woke up with the bodyguard.
What was Chris Orr gonna say?
I just said it could be the hypnotist. as well.
Yeah.
Joseph, Alex, and Eddie are bad. Eddie had to check the name of the seer that he is.
Why did I have to
Before
check the
he
name?
said he's the reactive seer.
I have Eddie on my list.
He looked to his right side to see what the name of his role was. You
I
don't
was-
do
I
that.
looked to my right side to see where I
Lucy,
had my
why-
bad and my good
why do you
list.
think I'm
Not
bad?
really to
I-
see it.
I don't get that.
I knew it was the
Well,
reactive.
you wake up, Joseph, because Jeff confirmed that.
I don't get why
Yeah.
Luciana thinks I'm the showman.
You have 2 minutes
I
remaining in
wake
the
up.
day.
I never said I'm not waking up.
We do
So
have
if no one's gonna nominate, I'm just gonna nominate.
We do have a series werewolf.
Go ahead, Lucian. I'll second it if you.
I was going to say I'll second Eddie.
I'll nominate
Okay.
Eddie.
Second.
So Sarah nominated Eddie, it sounded like, and Lucy seconded. Let me mute everyone real quick. Eddie, you can unmute and give your defense.
Well, you're gonna have to believe one of me and Chris, so it's up to you. But I am definitely the reactive seer. I have no information at all because the villager hasn't killed another villager, which leads me to believe that Chris is bad. We have a serious werewolf issue because no werewolves have been kind of like voted out. I was suspicious of probably the most at the moment, maybe kind of like Chris R, I would say. I think there's quite a lot of people that have kind of like been cleared. I know, in fact, actually most of them died last night. So Stephen was cleared, obviously. Grove's good. I think you should be voting out anyone who's kind of like not cleared. I think you should be killing now. And if you want to include me on that, then that's up to you. But I am definitely the reactive seer, and Chris A isn't.
All right, this is our first nomination of the day, and you have a minute and 34 seconds remaining. Thumbs up to save Eddie, thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 1 up, 2 up, 3, 4 up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it appears down. That is enough. And Eddie is dead. And Eddie was on the carnival team. And those who were at the carnival can come back. And everyone can go to sleep. It's easy. All right, let's start with where we at? There we are. Let's start with the assistants. This is option number 1. This is option number 2. So thumbs up for this option, thumbs down for this option. Up, down. Okay, thank you. All right, let's start with my ambusher. Please, if you want to use your ability, you can tonight. Thank you. Showman. Thank you. Grifter 1. Thank you. Grifter 2. Thank you. Grifter 3. Grifter 4. Thank you. Grifter 5. Thank you. Friendly neighbor, if you're still in the game, who would you like to give that lemonade to? Seer, please wake up. Thank you. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolves. Thank you. Weakling wolf. Thank you. Huntress. Thank you. Active wolf. Thank you. And Insomniac. Thank you. Everyone can wake up. Stay muted. Looks like Grow has been killed. Grow was on the village team. And that is all. Going to the carnival today are Joseph, Jeff, Chris A, Chris R, and Kathy. And before you unmute, here's what's going to be happening today. Without talking, you are each going to write down a player's name. Any player who has their name written will be up for nomination today, and you can kill as many of them as you would like. right, once you're ready, okay. So everyone reveal your names. All right, so it looks like Jerry, Alex, and Lucas. Jerry has the most votes, so Jerry will be up for nomination first. And Jerry, you can unmute and give your defense.
Okay, so I'm the huntress, and I haven't used yet because I'm deciding who. I'll probably use on Alex tonight, to be honest, if he doesn't die now. Still suspicious of Sarah, and Brandon and Lucy haven't really been cleared by anyone, so question marks are those.
All right, so this is our first vote of the day. It is for Jerry, and thumbs up to save. Wait just a second. Sorry. Thumbs up to save Jerry, thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. I see 3 up and 4 down. That is enough. And Jerry does indeed die. Jerry was on the werewolf team. And next up will be Alex. He had 2 votes. Alex, you can unmute and give your defense.
Sure, that seemed like an incredibly late Huntress claim, and obviously I was right on that. Not sure why Luciana thinks I am the showman, although I have been kind of like playing into it with my mannerisms to try to like make her think that I'm the showman, because since she brought it up so early. Definitely not. Definitely a villager. I do have a werewolf disguise, so if you kill me, I'm going to be revealed as a werewolf, and then you can, go after somebody else. I would have told you to go after Jerry. I actually am not suspicious of Luciana. I was going to vote up for Eddie there because it felt like that last day that there was a bunch of bad people trying to like squeeze in a like quick nomination and get people killed because they felt like they were so close to parity. That was my perception. Obviously, that was incorrect. And Luciana was seconding Eddie, who turned out to be on the Carnival team. So I at least know that she's not on the Carnival team. She could still be a werewolf, not sure, but it makes me less likely to suspect her compared to other people here. My biggest suspicion left here would probably be Brandon and Sasha at this point. Yeah, I don't know. Brandon and Sasha both voted down on Jerry, so that makes me trust them a little bit. It's tough. I don't know what to think of Sarah, honestly. She was one of the ones that didn't want to kill Jerry, which is a little suspicious, I think. Well, she can give her own defense at some point if that's incorrect. But vote up for me.
All right, this is for Alex. We're going to vote thumbs up to save Alex, thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. That is 3-3. That is not enough to kill, so Alex survives, and that brings us to Lucas.
I think I got the 3 kill night figured out. We know we have a weakling wolf, so that is 1 extra kill. That's 2 kills, and then Sasha was sent out with Joseph, Ayahu, Eddie, and Chris A, and Ayahu died that night. So I think she is the carnival wolf, and I will try to prove that by saying I'm the geek and I attack Sasha.
All right. Lucas is indeed the geek. He attacks Sasha. However, Sasha does not die. And is that your defense?
No, don't kill me because I'm also the human cannonball. If you don't believe me, I was sent out 3 times. I have a lot of abilities.
All right. So this is our final nomination of the day for Lucas. Thumbs up to save Lucas. Thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. That is 3 up and 3 down. That is not enough.
Can you guys keep the votes up, please?
3 up and 3 down.
Yes. Okay.
So that is not enough to kill. Lucas survives, and everyone in the carnival can return.
The day over.
The day is over, yes. And apparently now everyone is out of order. So just a second. How'd that happen?
What does it do?
Oops, sorry. I muted you all. If you had a moderator question, you can ask.
Yeah, I had a question. What does it do there? Cannonball. Does it just explode it? But who does it kill?
The human cannonball, if it is in the game, can kill 3 neighbors on the side of their choice.
Okay.
And I think you are in the correct order now. All right, everyone can go to sleep. All right, everyone is asleep. Let's have the assistants show up. Here is option number 1. And here is option number 2. So thumbs up for option number 1. Thumbs down for option number 2. So this it is. Thank you. Assistants, you can turn your cameras off. Assistants, please turn your cameras off. Assistants, look at the screen and see if you're still on camera, and then turn your camera off, please. Assistants, please look at the screen and see if your camera is on, and if it is still on, please turn it off. I don't want to call you out by name.
You actually can turn people's camera off for them as a moderator.
I know, but then I have to like allow them to turn it back on.
Yeah,
so.
then they will lose their
Yeah.
council ability.
Okay, we are good. We are good. And let's get started with the ambusher. Thank you. Showman. Showman. Thank you. Can grifter number 1. Thank you. Grifter 2. Thank you. Grifter 3. Thank you. Grifter 4. And Grifter 5. Friendly neighbor. Thank you. Seer. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolves. Thank you. Weakling wolf. Thank you. Huntress. Thank you. Active wolf. Thank you. Insomniac. Thank you. And stay muted. Everyone can wake up. And Jeff was killed in the night. Jeff was on the village team. And wait, just a second. Everyone go back to sleep. I forgot to send a message. Everyone go back to sleep. I apologize. I forgot something. I apologize. Just 1 second. Everyone can wake up. Now you should check your messages. I apologize. I forgot to send out a message I needed to send out last night. And okay, what did I say? Jeff was killed, right? And going to the carnival today will be Brandon and Luciana. And I believe that is everything. So your 7-minute day begins now.
Okay, village. We are. I mean,
You're not on the village.
I know. My team and your team, we are losing because there are quite some wolves left alive. I'm also the knife thrower. If we nominate Chris R and don't kill her, then I can kill her in the night because I know pretty much
Are you
Kev is a
saying-
wolf.
How many roles have you claimed, Lucas?
Yeah.
All of them.
I was sent out 3 times. I survived the nomination. I just got a new power.
Are you saying you get a power every time?
Yes, that's what the role
They
sheet
stack?
says. Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
That's
I did not know that.
No, I thought it was one first time.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out why Lucas had 2 roles.
Yeah, I thought
I
it was
did
the
not.
first time. Okay, I was away last day. I need to say something because I was watching Jerry lying and everything. So normally I would come out with my role day 2. I didn't this time because I wanted to play the game because it's fun with the carnival, and I would get killed if I came out day 2. But I'm the Huntress. I killed Jesse on night 1. I got a really bad feeling about Jesse. I went for it. Maybe it was a little bit fast and loose, I know. But it felt incredibly good when it was like, oh, he's the werewolf. Like, I killed the werewolf. Normally, next day I would say like, hey, I'm the huntress. I killed Jesse. I don't want to do that because then I'm a cleared villager and I get killed very quickly by the wolves. So that's why I haven't said anything. But yeah, that's it.
So
Really
Gro
quick.
Three
said,
people die on that one day, though.
Two things. Gro said
That's
that
why I was so confused.
Gro said that her ability triggered, her trap thing triggered, which would mean that that's not what happened, what Joseph just said.
No, not on night 1. Adam confirmed that she wouldn't know when it triggered.
But she said the next day that she didn't have her ability when she woke up, so that's not what
Yes,
happened.
she did.
Yep.
Yes, she did.
Yeah,
That's a
you're
good
confused,
catch.
Sasha.
I'm not
I
confused. That's what he said.
nominate
So,
Chris.
and then the second thing I have to say,
There's a
let me
nomination for Chris. You can keep talking, Sasha. It's just if someone wants a second.
The second thing is Kathy claimed to be a plain villager. That's obviously not true because we had, I don't know, 2 or 3 nights where we had the weak wolf and they would have definitely targeted her. So
Yeah.
Kathy's not.
Kathy's
not
definitely evil.
the wolf.
Really quick, I
So
just
would
wanna-
like to. I would like to vote for either one of those two. That's who I'm going after.
I do just want to give a quick opportunity to correct. I think I said that Sarah didn't vote for Jerry. I don't know.
I nommed her. She was the one I picked for the thing, and I voted down on her both.
Okay, apologies for that if that's what happened. I got it wrong.
Also, showman, please do not send out Joseph, Kathy, Sasha, Chris, and Alex, because I would like to kill in either direction. And I'm pretty sure
We
there's
don't
at
really
least-
care what you say.
I'm not talking to you as the village. I'm talking to my showman.
I would like. I would like to nominate. I would like.
Because I'm the human cannonball.
I want to kill Lucas also, but I would like to nominate. I'd like to nominate Kathy.
Lucas
There's a nomination for Kathy and Lucas seconds. I will mute everyone. Kathy has been nominated, Sasha nominated, and Lucas seconded. So Kathy, you can unmute and give your defense.
I think you have a pretty good argument, Sasha. I am the weakling wolf, so you're going to kill me. Will just kill me. But I did check you last night. We know you aren't a wolf. We know you aren't a plain villager. So I'm just talking to my other wolves. She might be a good kill. She is either a carnival or has a role. I checked a couple other people who didn't die, but I'm not going to say because you might be wolves. So.
All right, this is the first nomination of the day. You still have 4 minutes and 12 seconds remaining. Thumbs up to save Kathy, thumbs down to kill. 3, 2, 1, vote. That is all votes down. However, nothing happens. Everyone can go to sleep. And my carnival people can return. Let me put you in the right spot. I don't know. Well, I do know why. All right, you are all in the right spot now. Let me just fix something on my notes. All right, let's start with the assistants. Thumbs up for option number 1. Thumbs down for option number 2. Thumbs up. Thumbs down. All right, looks like this is our winner. And you can all go back to the world of the unliving until tomorrow. All right, let's start with the ambusher. Thank you. Let's go to the showman. Thank you. Grifter number 1. Thank you. Grifter number 2. Thank you. Grifter number 3. Thank you. Grifter number 4. Thank you. Grifter number 5. Thank you. Friendly neighbor. Who would you like to give your lemonade to? Thank you. Seer. Thank you. Bodyguard. Thank you. Werewolves. Thank you. Weakling wolf. Thank you. Huntress. Thank you. Active wolf. Thank you. Insomniac. Thank you. Everyone can wake up. And last night, Lucas was killed. Lucas is indeed the human cannonball. So Lucas, which direction would you like to go?
Who? No one else died?
I will get to that if I need to.
Oh, that's evil. I will pick the side with Sarah, Brandon, and Sasha.
All right, you choose Sarah, Brandon, and Sasha. And Brandon is dead. Sasha is dead. Sarah is dead. However, Sarah is a hunter. So Sarah, who would you like to take with you?
Let's take Chris A with me.
Chris A is dead. Yes. Okay. So thank you. And in that chaos, Lucas was on the carnival team. Sarah was on the carnival team. Chris A was on the village team. And sorry, someone sent me a message and I had to check something. And I have to get my notes right in here. Who was that? That was Sarah. That was Lucas. That was Chris A. That was Sasha died, correct? However, Sasha was wearing a black hat, so I can't reveal which
Brandon,
team
right?
Sasha was on. Brandon died. Brandon was on the village. So let me see if I have my notes correct. So right now there's Joseph, Chris, Kathy, Lucy, and Alex. All right, and today Joseph and Alex are going to the carnival. And I get to announce that Luciana is a plain villager. However, there's 2 werewolves, so the werewolves win.
Wait, does the
Nice
parity
job.
count even when we're on the carnival?
No, the werewolves have to have 0 living carnival in the village and have parity.
Ah, okay, okay.
Nice.
How much toughness did you give the wolves, Adam?
Unlike on the first night, I'll go over everything. So on the first night, the assistants had the option of giving all grifters 1 carnival ability or making all werewolves tough. And they chose to make all the werewolves tough.
Oh,
terrible.
Wow.
Clarify,
Bone wouldn't have
in my
voted not
defense,
to
it
do
looked
that.
like
Let me just mute everyone and I'll go through as quickly as humanly possible. So, all right. Gro was the ambusher. She did use her ambush ability. That's how Jesse died. Joseph was the showman. He was also a dodger. He used his ability on himself and messed up his dodger thing. He was the first to write himself down. He just sent a bunch of people out pretty good as far as getting abilities to his teammates. Lucas was grifter number 1. He became the knife thrower, then the human cannonball, then the geek, then the animal trainer. So Chris R, actually, if Lucas would have still been alive, Chris would not have counted towards parity, but since Lucas died, she did. Eddie was the contortionist roller coaster operator. Sarah was the daredevil hunter. Jugan was the hypnotist. And that was the entire carnival team. Brandon was the disease-friendly neighbor. I think he gave lemonade.
Where did the hunter come from?
There was a hunter.
Let's let him go through
Was
it.
one of the possible attributes.
It's not on the list.
Yeah, it is. Is it not?
No.
No, it is.
It is.
It is as an attribute, Joseph.
I was gonna say it should be at the bottom.
Oh,
but
at the bottom of the
I
list.
thought it was,
other ones, yeah.
Okay, it wasn't the carnival thing.
No, there was a hunter could have been on any team.
Oh wow, okay.
And Brandon was the disease-friendly neighbor. Andreas was the huntress who shot Davy, who was tough. So that cost Davy his first life. Chris A was the seer who never got to wake up because the village never voted out a villager. So Chris never got to see her check, which I mean is good for the village, but a lot of those are days that you didn't kill anyone. The werewolves were Chris R, a plain werewolf who became tough. Kathy was the weakling wolf who was also a telepath, and she became tough. Jesse was the stalker wolf with a tinfoil hat. He died before he could become tough. Jerry was the wolf in sheep's clothing. She stayed asleep for a couple nights. She was tough, so it took a couple times for her to die. I know Lucas took one of her lives as the knife thrower. Sasha was the Cupid wolf. She chose Stephen and Davy. So when the wolves attacked Stephen the second time, Davy lost his second life as well. Davy was the fearful bodyguard who was tough. He never successfully protected a wolf attack. The night that Jesse died, he protected Jesse, but because Jesse died from the ambush, his protection didn't go through. Jeff was the insomniac who got a thumbs down on everyone other than Joseph. And yes, he got a thumbs down on Davy because that night Davy didn't wake up. And he got a thumbs down on Grow because Grow didn't wake up that night. And Chris didn't wake up the night Chris got checked. But I think that was the night he died anyway. Then Luciana and Brian and Gil and Wami and Alex were playing villagers. And yeah. There you go.
Why didn't Alex die the last night?
Alex had the werewolf disguise, so
he couldn't be killed by it.
Can you just repeat who was on the carnival?
So the carnival was Joseph, Lucas, Eddie, Sarah, and Jugan.
Okay.
You sent them all out at least once,
Yeah,
so they all got an ability.
Except for Lucas, who did his thing perfectly. He asked the question to Adam, and then he remembered to say thank you, moderator. And if nobody else used the word, nobody else used the code.
I did. I said.
What did you say?
You did at the end. Yeah.
What did you say, Jugan?
Yeah, I had Jugan
I said it on my
nailed
first
the
events
carnival.
and my second events.
What did you
I
say?
think these people are sus.
Oh,
Yeah,
but
trust
you need to
them.
say the word.
Definitely just pointing
I did say the
fingers.
word.
Not fast and loose and go wrong.
No,
They-
but he never said anything about anybody being good. He was just pointing at evil.
Yeah,
and that's
but that
what
was-
I had Jugan nailed. Yeah.
If you guys just had said fast and loose like once during the game,
Can somebody
I would have
chat
known.
the list of words?
Yeah.
So we can.
You were playing fast and loose, Joseph.
I said fast and loose. I said magnificent.
It
I
says,
said
but they will
incredible.
often mention people they do not trust. That's what I was doing.
Yeah, that's what I went.
Wow.
I forgot about that.
Lucas, I guess, Lucas, you knew I was a showman, right?
I knew everyone. I had the option to kill Eddie and I didn't.
Yeah.
Because I was the knife thrower.
But Eddie never said the words either. I don't know.
No, he did at the start.
I tried
So I just, if I had one critic, and I know that people are going to think because I was a villager, but that's not my critique. It's just that I find if you're a vanilla villager with nothing in this game, you're just a standby. The only thing you can do is try to sway people, which is already difficult in this game. And it felt to me that the stronger people getting stronger, people with ability keep getting ability. And I feel like I knew Luciana was a villager, and I was watching her. She was struggling like me, like, now you have nothing and you still have to, so you feel like you're just a bystander on the. I thought that was the only one, which was fine, but like yeah, the three of us have nothing, just like trying to sway people. It's a little tough.
And I have to say, I'm sorry. I hated to target you because I know you never play, but you were the only one who admitted to being a plain villager.
You did the right thing. I said to the chat, I was good for Kathy. If I was live, you'd be dead long on this game. Like, I was suspicious. As soon as I died, before I knew you were a werewolf, clearly, I said on the chat, I said, how is Kathy alive? Like, we should have killed her by now.
I was 100% that Kathy was bad. Every time she opened her mouth, I was more sure of it.
Yes. Like, how is she alive? And then
I felt terrible because all the stuff you said was like personal, and I'm like, if I'm wrong,
but
I'm
it
the
is
worst
true.
kind of a person.
It was good for you to have killed
I
me
was
like you
trying to
did.
pull something out, and I just couldn't even think because my
got
blood
that.
sugar had dropped. Yeah, but I was using
I'm
something
like, that
wrong.
sounds like what wolves would say.
Yeah.
Adam, who was the last? So if I had sent out Chris R and who was the last one?
Kathy.
And Kathy.
Kathy,
Yeah,
Chris.
we would have won.
You would have won, Joseph.
Yeah, you would have won.
But you,
I
you
didn't
couldn't
think,
know
I
what
di-
happened.
No, I didn't think we were enough. I was waiting one more night, and I was hoping to get like a 4 or something. I thought we could have.
Well, no, because if you would have,
No, Sarah died. So Sarah and Luke, I would have been the only carnival.
you were
left.
by yourself.
Yeah.
There were 2 villagers and 2 werewolves
Yeah.
left.
So I couldn't win. Because the night before or 2 nights before, I got 5, and we were like 11 people, and I was like,
Right.
really, like, I'm gonna keep sending out.
Well, if you would have left yourself and I killed a werewolf, then it would have been a 1-1, right?
Yep.
But it was funny, just
We have to kill all the werewolves.
We were joking on the chat because every time somebody gets suspicious of somebody, you send that person.
Yeah, I
you
sent out everyone who was, like, talking about me.
You
Yeah.
saved a couple of werewolf presents a few times in the game there.
So basically, I love this role, Adam, now, because by adding it that like now in the beginning of the game, the showman wants to send out the carnivals so that they get powers, but at some point you got to switch and start trying to win and start sending out the non-carnivals.
I thought the
Except me.
carnival
You always
was
said me.
much more interesting this way.